see. I need to do a deep run for Joaquin Phoenix's favor. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to do it in Duke, and Will's formation. Okay. Tiefling Glitch Miria on sale. It went up to $100? Good lord. Good lord. I don't remember. No, that's not what I clicked on. What the hell? That's not. No, now it just says 60. I'm so confused. Okay, no. It isn't. It's 60 down to 36, but you saw it, folks. The pop-up said 100 down to 60. What the hell was going on? I was like, that's not. That just ain't right. Okay. All right, so there's a $6 Kent out, folks. There are people who really like Kent DPS. $6 Virgil. $8.40 Tiefling Glitch Miria. Champions. This is a big Champions Renown pack. You get Whittle, Dob, Dungeon Master, Nordum, and Valentine. $36. These are the ones where basically if you don't have these champions, worth it. When this goes on sale for $36, like if you got $36 you want to throw at the game, you get 5 champions. Like $7 per champion with 16 chests and 2 guaranteed shinies for each. They become a much more of a good value. It's just if you own the champions, less on the value side of things. Okay, I need to. Who's got a bunch of currency? EO4 380 EO4. Give me. This is the only time I will pay for these. It's worth it for a deep favor run. All right. Okay, where we go? Remember my first time seeing a 40-stack crawl. For the whole second, the mob was alive. My no lasted way longer. Now, it's usually everybody's first experience with it. Some streamers came back from a 2-year break. What's the problem with Briv? Nothing. I don't know what. I don't know what you mean. I guess I don't know what. What do you think the problem is? I guess there's no problem with Briv. Now we're $6 for skin. Well, that's the thing is if you don't have kin, you're getting the 6. You're getting Kent and the skin. So I'm just saying, $6 for Kent, and you get a skin and stuff. Like if you just I'm just saying, you don't have to buy it. Just saying when they're like $6 and it's great. Oh yeah, I got to restart for weekend buffs. All right. Oh, I hope your car is well fixed. Let's just say that. Yeah, that's always sucks. You said people set it up so they don't have to play anymore. What? I said I don't remember saying that. I guess I said in-game players all they have to do earlier in the discussion that I recall was I said in-game players don't have anything to do but their trials group every week and their Briv Gem Farm. And that's all they do. Currently, Briv is in a place where people, you don't have to script anything. You can do automated Briv Gem farming fully in-game. It just takes knowledge of the game and patience, which means a lot of people still script it because because they don't have one of those, one or both. I don't know. I can't speak for them of those things. Oh, we want Freeland. Or if we can get Freely up to a point where he's reducing his tail, his adventurous tail buff. But, But yeah, Briv is still. I mean, there was a change to Briv, I guess, but I don't remember if it was before you left or after, where he didn't skip bosses in regular adventures or variants, only in free plays. Which, it never should have done in the first place, but. Yeah. Okay. That ran. Let me restart. There's a lot of people that get annoyed with the fact that there's like these, weekly and weekend buffs, and they say it hurts their Briv Gem farm, and I guess I don't really have any empathy there because you can just set. I set it up so I can mostly ignore that. You just leave a little bit of a buffer, and most of the time it's fine. And I actually find that the more regularly you adjust your Briv farm, the easier it is. And you can just hop because you learn and you remember exactly what needs to be changed. But again, there is a large part of the community that doesn't want to play that game, right? So they'll script it or they just won't do it at all. And then that's their choice. But it doesn't mean there's a problem with Briv. There are people that ask every week for them to make it even easier to Briv Gem farm, and I'm actually shocked that they're considering it. If I'm being honest, because I mean they have stated fairly clearly that they think that the amount of generation of gems is problematic for the game. But I guess maybe they've changed their way of thinking around that. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. I guess I'll put this. Well, no, let's do this. Put her up here. But I don't know. I think we'll know more of what of their thoughts on Briv when we finally see whatever decision it is that Justin makes about 9 jump and beyond Brivs, which is something on his high priority list, he stated. Oh, I'm sure Briv sells real good, but they're about to just give Briv away too, so like there's a giveaway coming up on Epic and they're giving Briv away. So, they even let me give Briv away with a code on a stream once for one of my anniversary streams. So they'll happily give Briv away. But, because they're smart. They know that when the people that really, really, really want Briv, if a wild offer with a golden epic Theodinax pops up, well, there's $10. Yeah, I mean, it's sure. They'll keep the game going. They'll keep the lights on that way. But they still have to find a way to make, you can't just rely on stuff like that for income. People make money off balanced games too. So these Adrakis, I think you could probably play the game just fine without Briv gem farming. I think regular gold farming is fine, especially considering the fact that the primary source of power in the game is legendaries and not blacksmithing contracts. I know that people want those 10,000 item levels on their Artemis, right? But I don't think that, to me, that's not required to do the late game content. Well, yeah, champions are always going to need bounties and blacksmithing, but I don't have a 9 jump Briv, and I can still do the content in the game. So that's what I'm saying is just because some people turn that into their game doesn't mean it has to be the game. Yeah, I bet, Letty. Yeah, you and your 9 jump. All right, there's thief going on. Now we're just gonna rake in the gold. Now that we've got Astarion up to second spec. Freely, what you got? Oh no. Oh, we got 1 feat. We'll go just 10% gold fine. Just straight up give him a lot more gold fine. We don't have time for him to stack anything at the moment. He's really in. The only reason he's in is for his adventurous tale. So for each area complete with Freely in the formation, you gain 0.01% bonus to the divine favor you earn when you complete your adventure. It shows up here. So right now we got a 4 EO5 bonus. It's just going to keep rolling higher and higher. So it's free favor, but it's based off having Freely in for a very long time. Okay, let's save this one, Nathan. Yeah, I mean, these are the speed champions. So, yeah. All right. Well, Ledia, there is no end game. That's what I'm saying. People have, like, all you can do at end game is run trials and gem farm somehow. Every game suffers from that problem where you've got to have something to do at end game. The current thing that people do at end game here is problematic for the overall health of the game, but I don't know. I don't know if they have a solution for that, or if they're just like, well, we're just going to keep going the way we are. I don't know. But putting in some kind of end game content that is repeatable, not trials like, and that gives progress different from just gem farming would be good. What that looks like, I mean, I don't know. Ultimately, I don't know. I would like it to be dungeons of some kind, right? But who knows? Token of Elminster, does the 250 variants count from both normal and patron variants? I don't remember. Usually when there's a requirement for variants, it means base variants. So probably not. But I don't know, because it is requiring currency from patrons. It might count patrons. You'd have to count them up and see. It's not giving me a total, unfortunately, so I don't know. I wish those would tell you where you were at. Without gem farming, the pre-stack champions would need months to get useful. So it would be a regular game? Oh, no, no, no. So you'd have to actually have to invest some time into them and like you play most games over a month. Well, then that's a you issue and not a game issue. Honestly, Idle Champions is not supposed to be a game that you play in a month. I say 6.5 years in. So, you know, again, that's the kind of thing where if someone comes in and they just want to play a game for a month, fine. But you know, unless they throw a ton of cash at this game, they're not going to get a lot out of it, right? So, yeah. I don't know. I think, you know, people that want to spend the time on this game, then spend the time. If they don't, okay. We've watched so many people come in and then leave. I've been here for 6.5 years. So many people have come, they've had fun, and then they left, and that's fine. But the game doesn't always have to change for those people. I mean, I think there's things that need improved. I talk about it all the time, but I don't think, yeah, current state of the game is a little weird. Of end game, late game stuff. Early game, mid game feels fine. Again, where on this account, things feel fine. You know, there's none of the kind of wackiness that comes from outrageous amounts of gem farming and stuff. Like, it feels smooth. There's like a couple hiccups, and I've pointed those out to the devs, and will continue to. The late game into end game is the place where they need to figure stuff out. And again, right now it feels like their design philosophy is let's make all the champions super strong, and then if all are super strong, then none of them are super strong. So. No, MC, stop it. You know that's no. No PvP. No. I don't know. Why am I looking at a tweet? Okay. Exclusively reveal, huh? Well, I don't care. Just tell us the date, and then everybody will have the date, and it's no longer exclusive. Like, that's stupid. just release the date for fake. More community content? I don't know what that means. Like, you know, you're gonna have to tell me what that means. Well, no one plays it. Well, I shouldn't say no one. Lots of people play games, and then as long as the game is up, they play them forever because they enjoy the nostalgia. They enjoy the game. It works for them. That's why people still play. You know, some of the early MMOs to this day. Again, the game doesn't have to be played by everybody to be popular and enjoyed and profitable enough to stay open. So you know, I accept that people are going to come and go. There's a reason. One of the main reasons I do new player guides is because there's always got to be new players. There's always going to be people that need those guides. I leave the rest of the guides to everybody else in the community because there's got to be stuff to bring that welcomes people into the game and makes the game easier for them so they can enjoy it. How long they stick around, that's up to them. It isn't up to me. What is up to me is how I welcome people into the game. Hey, Noobles. Hey, Shevik. The make them all super strong is really discouraging for the older champs that never get a rework. Well, the only ones that shouldn't ever get a rework are core champions, right? Core champions are the only champions they've stated probably won't get reworks. All they've stated about other champions is the champions that get, though they choose reworks based off use. So if champions are being used a lot, they're not on the rework list. The champions that are used less, those are on the rework list, and that list is constantly repopulating, right? I can tell you, yes, there are absolutely. There will be some champions that are event champions that'll never get reworked. I think we've talked about that before. There's certain champions they're just not going to go anywhere near again, because to rework them could potentially, depending on what they're doing, might require. Because reworking a champion means in the new system means providing skins for them as well. And if they make new skins for a champion, they have to talk to the content creator. And there's certain content creators they're not going anywhere near for reasons that we're not going to discuss here. Yeah, that's on those content creators. But there's also content creators that they've reached out to try to work with, to try to make skins for things for, and that they just don't get responses from because they're just busy, and the content creators are busy, and they don't. Like, yeah, they got a character in this game, but now they've moved on and they have other things to do, and it's not a priority for them. So, yeah. So I don't know. Some of the game is always the community, of course. Well, interactive. Well, not for everybody. For multiplayer games, yes, but this is a single player game. Now, this game I believe is made better by the community, but not everybody. But the bulk of players don't participate in the community at all. They just play the game. This is confirmed. But again, this isn't an MMO, so I just don't understand. Community content equals multiplayer. I don't know that that's always true. That's why I wanted clarification. Sometimes community content is like community created content, like things. Some games support the ability for the community to create content that you can play in the game. So I wasn't sure what you're implying there. There isn't really multiplayer right now, though. Like, I mean, I know Trials is asynchronous multiplayer, but you're not really interacting with people. You're still just playing a game by yourself. So, I think there's arguments that could be made. We've talked about before, like a clan system could be interesting. But there's got to be something for the clan to do. The downside is the second you introduce that, people are going to want a chat system, and we all know that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Or if it does, it's going to be dumpster fire. I was trying to find a polite term. It would be a dumpster fire because we already saw it. We already saw it once. Well, I don't think they ever really wanted to control playstyle. They just wanted to make sure things were balanced. Try to find some kind of balance, but they got scared away from balancing champions years ago, and so the balance, they made their own bed, and now they have to lie in it, right? You weren't aware of particular content creators in exile? Really? Huh. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this. So I'm of two minds here. One, I don't like to draw attention to people who don't deserve any attention. So part of me not wants to not tell you. But on the other side, people should understand. I do want people to understand that there are some content creators that made really bad decisions and are not good people that came out publicly after their characters were in the game. And so there's an absolutely, they're absolutely, no, they're not going anywhere near those people. But I will just state the champion. Xander will never be getting touched ever again. Vlanya will never be getting touched ever again, and Solok will never be getting touched ever again. Those are the three I know for sure. Without even having to talk to CND, those are three that never gonna happen. Dungeon Scrawlers put out any tweets to hype your live play? It doesn't look like it. I don't think they use Twitter anymore much. Is the way it feels like. And honestly, fair. I don't either. I don't really use it that much either. Isn't Xander a CNE original? Ladieth, yes. Because the original champion, the content creator of the original champion, was so problematic that they reskinned, renamed, and readjusted that champion to be somewhat similar, but just enough different that they could leave him in a hurry. Whereas the others they've left alone as those champions, but have stopped talking about and probably won't ever touch. The other two are still problematic, but not as nuclear reactive as the first one. Now people are never going to use Xander. I mean, I didn't most of the time anyway. Do I? You know them better than most of us, and for longer. I don't know them that well, folks. I know certain people fairly well. I don't know. I don't hang out with. I don't talk to Justin or David. I talk to Pete. A whole other thing. Do I understand why the 9-jet Briv feed is so difficult for them to decide on? Based off watching them make decisions over the years, it's because it feels like they're bad at making decisions. That's the way it feels from the outside. It just feels like they're bad at just finally making a decision. Well, and I shouldn't even say that, because if you have two choices in front of you, choice A and choice B, there's still three decisions to make. One decision is choose choice A, one decision is to choose choice B, and one decision is just to not make a decision yet. And that's what they consistently choose, is that third one. Oh, I get that they were talking about feats, but I think that's because they probably don't just want to say, yeah, we're not really going to do that. Yeah. There's certain things you don't talk about. It brings up discussions, and it's just like they can just answer that question and say, well, we can think about that. Doesn't mean they'll ever do it. What's the Lediath? It's so nuclear reactive, they're still not going to go near it. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah. because that wasn't a them decision. That was a WotC, maybe even Hasbro decision. So when that hammer gets dropped, you don't touch it anymore, ever. I'm not going in. Do not discuss in this chat what these people did. This is not a place for that. You can find your own. You can go in whispers if people want to talk. Not in this chat. I'm just saying this is why I didn't want to open this bag of worms. All right, we need a pushing group, folks, because we've run out of damage with our speed group. All right, here we go. So obviously, Carlock. Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast? Yes. Yeah, they can do. We've talked about this before. They can do reworks without talking to the champion, or talking to the creator. What they can, they can make adjustments. What they can't do is make skins without talking to a creator. Which means what they can't do is, to a certain degree, is rework a champion, because now that means bringing in skins for that champion, right? Because they now tie that all stuff together. So it's all, so they can rework the champion, but they're not gonna, because now there's more involved, right? Are they legally required to keep the champions in the game? That I don't know. I don't know those contracts. Clearly not, as they basically removed one and replaced it with another one, right? That is what happened. I think we go Dragon Bane. This is it's kind of a hybrid formation, speed and pushing for now. But yeah, they will stay away from certain things, because reworking those champions brings focus back on their content creators, and they're not going to do that. Well, Ledia, that's a reason why if a content creator is so problematic, then what they do is they pull a Xander. It's only happened once, so yeah. It's not a gray area though. The Lurking Rider. It involves that champion, or it involves that content creator, and it would involve bringing them into the process and highlighting them again, and they're just not going to do that. Again, reworking them would put a spotlight on that champion and would bring up conversations like this one, and they don't want these conversations happening. They don't want it ever brought up. This is why I don't. You all are reinforcing why I don't talk about this, and why they don't want to either, in any way, shape, or form. You're proving their strategy correct. I just want to be clear. You're proving why they don't talk about this. MSWCs or Kira as your seat 1 choice. Is it the best champion in that seat, in your opinion? She's the best for what I'm doing. I tried Gale out, and I don't know. I prefer Orkira. I like the healing combination. Sometimes we have Gale in if we need. If I'm swapping a tank out and we're using not a tank as Gale. It just depends. So it's situational. Orkira is kind of really good in most situations. J-Dog, if you don't understand how there's a difference between me talking about a champion's functionality and focusing on a champion in a way that would bring that content creator back into the discussion is different, I don't know what to tell you there. You're just going to have to figure that out on your own. How are you feeling about Duke, Ravengard, and Esmeralda now? I don't have any gear on them. So my thoughts are still the same as before. Considering how many champs need or could do with a rework, is this even a real problem? No, but people seem to want to make it one. Hey, Maxie. Well, MC, that's not their problem. That's people's problems. If people can't go find that information on their own, well, that's a them problem. Again, when bad people do bad things, it's not our job to explain it to everybody and to constantly talk about it, because that's talking about those people. They don't deserve our oxygen. They don't deserve that time or attention. This is why you have all just reinforced that I am never having this conversation again. Anybody asks, I'm saying we don't talk about that here. You have all proven why I originally had that rule. I was going to try it. I thought maybe we could do this without it becoming a thing. Like it. Nope. Nope. Yeah, that's the thing. Strongheart's coming up, and I kind of want him right away. I kind of want him right away, but he is coming up in Founders Day, right? Yeah. And I don't want to wait. It's a month away. Yeah, I think, yeah, Letty, even Garrulous, very strong base numbers. Yeah, the numbers we saw when we were making the guide the other day look good for both of them. Way better on Esmeralda. And the Duke just looks ridiculous. Looks ridiculously strong. So, yeah, I'll gear the Duke up on Saturday show. And then I'll know a little more what's going on with them in my main group. Any speed hero that released recently should get Diana. This is her pirate outfit, but Diana. All right, Lediath. Thanks for hanging out. Heard about the new Star Wars shooter phone game? I saw it and I went, meh, some people will like it. I don't like shooters. I don't like shooters, and if it's just on phones, I don't really like that either. Unless it's like a fully casual game on a phone, I don't like or even a tablet. I don't even play Idle Champions on a phone or a tablet. So definitely not going to play a shooter. Hey, Ocean. Having a very nice day. Pirate FPS game? I actually think one exists, and I was like, well, that's too bad. And then went back to ignoring it. The closest, so I've tried games out. Like I tried Destiny for a little while. And I enjoy the fact that I can switch to melee weapons. That's what I will say. It seemed interesting, but it's like, God, like I'm okay at them. I'm okay at it. I just don't. I don't know. It's just not really what I want in a game, and there are lots of people that do, so it's fine. It's kind of like red licorice and black licorice. I like red licorice. I don't like black licorice, but I don't get mad at people that like black licorice. It just means it's more black licorice for them. The only shooters that I've played and enjoyed were story-based shooters, so like Mass Effect, Far Cry. Although the last Far Cry, I bought it, I tried to play it on stream, it gave me motion sickness, so I never got to play it. Like first, I think we played it for an hour, and I was like, I can't do this. Nope. Which made me mad because I actually enjoy those games, and I kind of enjoy I like the stealth aspect. I like using the bow in those Far Cry games and like stealthing up on things and just quietly just assassinating people from a distance. I like that. I like that kind of gameplay. Fast-paced shooters and throwing like grenades and I don't. I can handle a little bit of it in Mass Effect, but I would just prefer not. I like the Far Cry a little better. So I tend to stay away from that kind of stuff. Duke took your pushing bud from E260 to E290 with only 1 gold chest and 0 bounty contracts. Nice. Yeah, I think he's a beast. Melee in a looter shooter game is pain, but I'm used to being a tank. Like that's the thing. And this is the thing is I enjoy being a tank in like MMOs. So to me, I want to be the one running in and engaging in melee and having to manage, my resources in that regard, like stay alive, etc., whatever. That's what I enjoy. Everybody else can shoot from range. Like I don't even like going like when I played Warhammer Online, I played an Ironbreaker, which is a dwarf that's just basically fully armored dwarf. And I always played sword and board, so a shield and an axe or a hammer. But you could play them two-handed, and they're like, it's so much more damage and it's so much better for PvP, and I'm like, that's funny because I do just fine in PvP, and I can taunt entire war bands and stay alive and run around solo and scout locations. I could do everything I wanted to do and had a great time doing it. And then when we had huge like fortress pushes, like I was the one that would run in and taunt like the whole room while everybody else destroyed them and everybody's trying to kill the naked dwarf. Like literally I would run in. That was my strategy is in fortress pushes, was like huge mass battles with sides coming together to fight over a fortress and control of it. And you'd have to run through inside, up the top. You'd have to break the outer door down, go up the ramps, get to the main room to taunt an NPC and kill an NPC while everyone else is trying to attack. And so I would run up naked with a group of pocket healers. And so everybody would turn to think like, oh, we could take the naked dwarf down real quick, right? Nah. Nah. I built so good that with a shield that they just missed and went so much. It would just block so much damage. And what did get through, my group of pocket healers kept me alive. And we pissed off so many people. It was great. I loved that. Loved it. But when I was running around solo, I'd run around in armor, and that's just the way. That's what I like to do. I don't like to flank people at range. Did I ever play any of the Borderlands games? No, I did not. Did I ever play the Halo story modes? I only ever played the first Halo game on the original Xbox back when it came out. And I thought it was okay. Again, just, I remember playing, like, it was either Call of Duty or something way back when on, like, the PlayStations, when it actually had a story mode. And I remember playing through one of those it was supposed to be, like, D-Day. Like, I mean, you were storming the beach at Normandy, and you had to make your way up into bunkers and then out into the... I remember playing that and enjoying the story mode, and then those games shifted away from story modes into just... PvP stuff, and I stopped playing. So story mode shooters, to a certain degree, I'm fine with. But I played Fallout 4. I didn't play any others. So I mean, it's not that I can't do it, but I just the PvP aspects I don't care for. I don't care about at all. So I would rather PvE and play a cool story and do that stuff. Have I ever played Hitman? No. A lot of these games came out like I think Hitman was specifically on console when it first came out, and if it came out on console, you could probably assume I didn't play it because consoles are always the last thing I buy, and usually don't. Like I don't have any consoles right now. Did I try Vermintide or Darktide? I did not. Again, a lot of the times for me to want to participate in certain things, there needs to be either a dwarf involved or a Wookiee involved, and if there's not, boy, it better be fun. There better be something. The characters better really grab me. And some of those I looked at and I was like, eh. And some of them are like, they give you first person perspectives, and then it's like I'm out. Like, look, I played Doom in my college LAN room. Like I don't, like the computer science room, and we played it on the big screen, and I was tired of that back then. I don't need this. I don't need, hey, I'm just looking as if I'm the person and doing anything. I played that for RPGs. I just can't. I'm so over that point of view. There would be a singed main if you played LOL. I've done that. Yeah, just run along with my shield, leaving poison trails and baiting people. I've done that, but I wasn't a singed main when I was playing 5v5. I really, for a very long time even after the rework, I was totally the Teemo main. I was the Teemo main. And I know you're like, but Teemo's ranged. Well, sure, but he's bait. Like you just pop people with the range attack, and then run away, and then they chase you, and you run them right into your mushrooms, and then you giggle and as they die. And I love that so much. I Teemo jungled and pissed so many people off. I was Teemo support. Man, my AD carries in the bot lane would get so mad because I'd be like Teemo support, but then I would absolutely wreck the other team. And the problem is then I would become the carry because, I would get fed. I had a lot of fun. I ended up playing lots of different things though. But I was a Teemo main for a long time. I did Singe top lane, sure. I think I did Singe jungle. Yeah. But then I started doing but then once they released oh god, what was it called? The single lane on the bridge. We talked about this before and I can never remember the name of it. Where it's all random. Aram, all random, all mid. Once they released official Aram, I gave up everything else. I became an Aram main. I loved that. If they had competitive Aram, I would have just done that. At the time. But I stopped playing League cold turkey a long time ago. But I'm interested in a pirate themed city builder. I just found them Republic of Pirates. Ooh. Maybe. Maybe. It depends, because one of my favorite games of all time is Tropico 2 Pirate Isle, which is basically like a pirate-themed city builder. None of the other Tropico games have come even close to bringing that back, like to bringing that feel back. Let me go look at... Establish and grow a pirate utopia during the golden age of piracy. Create a resource-based economy, engage in real-time naval... Oh, that's the... Navigate diplomatic relations with rival powers. Explore the far reaches of the Caribbean. Search the ultimate fortune and glory. I feel like if anything makes me not want this, it's the real-time naval combat. Let's see. I feel like that's not like a simulation at that point. Like... Hold on, I'm trying to check out some of these screenshots. I mean, you know, is there a way to do it without the real-time combat? I just like the simulator. That's what I liked about Tropico 2 is you didn't fight any. You didn't have to simulate. The ships just went out. They did their simulated thing, and then they came back, and you were either successful or not. Over 100 unique buildings? The real-time naval battles seem like too much. Because here's what's going to be the problem for me with real-time naval battles. I'm going to go, that's not how ships work. If that comes up, I'm just, you know, that's my clock-out moment in a lot of pirate games. Flexible game modes. So the legendary pirate utopia and narrative-driven campaign with over 30 hours of content, or customize your experience in free-play mode. Oh, maybe. All right, I'm gonna add this to wish list. Is it out yet? There's a demo planned for June this month. Okay. Yeah. Part of Steam Next Fest. I will download the demo now. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, that sounds somewhat interesting. Again, I think the only thing that I might not like is the real-time combat. Ad break. I have not been drinking root beer at all, have I? Wow. Wow, this isn't even half empty. Wow. We need a more damagey team. Yeah, we need a more damagey team. Okay. PBG is throwing out what? Gearless, E11, E12. I mean, it doesn't suck, right? Let's see what Gromma would be throwing in. E10 plus an EO3 debuff. So what do we got? E188, but if we do this, feels better with Grom at the moment. We need to get some gear on. Let's get some gear on that boy. All right, I got that demo downloaded. I'll check that out. Maybe we'll play that. Maybe we'll play that demo on stream at some point. But we do need. I need a better pushing formation. This is not good enough. We're fine, I guess. All right. The golden days of being a naked dwarf. Yeah. I even hold on. I gotta find this one because I don't think like I could say it, but I don't think people would believe me. So let me find it. What was that? What? There we go. 2010. Oh god, this is a long time ago. Enjoy, folks. I put out a swimsuit calendar. For my character, to be clear, not for me. Oh, it was hilarious. The swimsuit. Yes. Playing any of the Sniper Elite game? No. Nope. I think the last, again, I think like Far Cry, Mass Effect, I don't think, but Destiny, those are the only games I've played with shooting in them in a long time. Did the mic do static? Damn it. Thought we resolved all that, but oh well. There's one strategically placed beard, yes. That was the key. That was the key. Because that's all you could see is just it looks like a naked. That dwarf looks naked. What is going on? Why are they running through a PvP zone? Everybody kill the dwarf. That was just a magnet. That was just an attack magnet. And that's great. Like, if you could take attacks, that's the point of a take. It was the best taunt ever. It was the best taunt ever. It was just to strip all the armor off, have a big-ass shield and a hammer, and run into a PvP zone. Because the whole warband coming in behind me would just wreck everybody that was focused on me. Takes a lot of trust. You got to trust your pocket healers in that situation. Very good people who had my back. And then in like the instanced PvP, I would I would stick with the shield and stuff. And people are like, "But you're not killing anyone." And it's like, "Well, no, you're killing people. I'm running the healer off because I would just find the healer and just tag them. And I had debuffs that reduced their healing and made them want to run away from me. And then I had another dot on them that every step they took made them take damage." Which meant that not only were they doing reduced healing on their friends, some of their heals were required on themselves, which took healing away from their friends. Win-win. Like, there's multiple ways to win a battle. I didn't have any pockets. Well, I didn't need any. Wasn't looting anything. I was just killing. Well, Lurking Rider, I know where you're going there, but the idea was, I ran a build where as long as I had a shield equipped, my block was ridiculously high, so the vast majority of damage just never hit me. It got blocked. And then I had a lot of toughness as a stat, which reduced incoming damage. So when it did hit me, they couldn't insta kill me. And so as long as I had people putting hots on me, heals over time, they were ticking off all the time and then dumping heals in on a regular basis on rotation with multiple people. Like they had their cooldowns, they'd figure out the rotation, and they'd basically just be pumping me full of health while I just stood there and smacked people and taunted, and yeah, just a full damage reduction mode. It's purely just trying to stay alive. Because I didn't have to, unlike in PvE where you would have to do enough damage as the tank in that game to keep aggro, like to keep the enemy aggressed on you. I would rotate. I had an NPC and I was rotating my attacks on that NPC while also rotating in all my damage, damage reduction stuff. So I wasn't taking a lot of damage, and everybody else just kept me alive. And the rest of the warbands would just wipe the people in the room, and then I'd be standing there naked, taking the NPC, and then they'd burn the NPC down. It was easy. Oh, pockets for your pocket healers. No, they're just called pocket healers. Like, whenever you're running around in PvP, if you've got somebody whose job it is literally just to heal you, the term is, well, at least back then, it was referred to as a pocket healer. Because they didn't really care about anybody else. They weren't there to heal anybody else. They were just there to heal you. It's still the term today? Okay, good. Now I don't feel so old. I'm going to try Penelope. You need to get some gold fine stacks of Penelope. We need to build a gold fight group too. How are we doing? We're up to E23 from EO. We started at EO4, right? Yeah, 5 EO4 to 6 E23. Doing good so far. Doing good so far. Just remembered, I've got raid open. Was it doing anything? I finished. Okay. See, I did a full rebuild on all my raid characters. Stripped all their gear off, put all new, and redid all the gear. It's going pretty well. Going pretty well. Didn't I? Oh, there it is. Just time consuming to re-gear everyone bit by bit. Yeah, actually, yeah. Now that my computer stays cool, I actually have to remember that I've got other things running in the background. It isn't just like, oh, I can hear the fans being super loud, like it used to be. That's not enough. E205, huh? Really got to get rid of who put someone else in, but it's a 3-tank front line, and I don't like my other options there. I guess I could put Grama up there. No, let's do that. Grama up there. Then we put him on here. Humon's got a lot of item levels, so I don't necessarily want to just bench Humon. Not have Grama in a tank spec though, so this is solely relying on the fact that she gets her health just from leveling up anyway, and then we've got a super slow on from Penelope that keeps them away, and then Briv hopefully will taunt them away. I'm not putting Archon in any of my formations if I can help it. Archon buffs evil champions, and I don't have an evil DPS. Rumor has it newsletter codes are going out. And then what do you know? I got one. This is from my main account though, so if you have a newer account, you might not have yours yet. Might not have yours yet. I got it from that. Passive. Nothing. Okay. Let's ditch these. Clairvoyance. What is the weekend? Thing. Mist shrouded chests. Barovian blade for Esmeralda. Wow, I feel like that could have been a different. They may have done the others already. Okay. The weekend buff, by the way. Esmeralda's training montage. Solid. Bonds for Ashara. Cool. Okay. I don't care about the others. I guess the Humon one's helping right now. Guess I can care about that one. All your event variants done? Nice. I only finished Esmeralda's on my main. I didn't bother trying to do the Dukes yet. I want to like, you know, do that kind of stuff on Saturday on the tutorial show. And I haven't flexed anyone yet because I demonstrate that on the tutorial show too. This is some good information to get off this round. Look, folks, we're almost at 800. That's super important to know. Granted, it is like our best, potentially one of our best parties. Yeah. Have to get Krull out here at some point. Maybe we swap Krull with Humon. Get the Krull effect going on. Yeah, being able to use the same formation for all of Duke Ravengard stuff is pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Hey, look, there's a 30 stack green. Where are we at? E25 gold. Wonder what's going to happen when that. Oh, that went to 40. E26. We got a whole order of magnitude there. I'll take it. We got see. We just soft capped from that. You gotta love crawl. We haven't been dirty farming. I did that on purpose. I wanted to see what happens if we wanted to see can we get all the way up here and then dirty farm at the end. But now we're not going to be able to upgrade for a while, probably. So we just got everything we were going to get right there. Oh no, let's see. The one saving grace is Penelope is going to keep ramping up her gold find. Yeah, only 1,500 stacks right now. I need to build a gold find group. I need a dirty gold find group. We haven't built one of those yet. Nobody here is going to help out with gold find. There really is either. Oh, maybe Dritz does this as a drow. I think we can clear 800 and then maybe we'll drop a dirty farm in. That's solid damage. Maybe not. Maybe we do it now. Now seems like a good idea. Oh. So Penelope in the middle. We want Jarlaxle out here. We want a Starion out here. Usually, no, we're going to do Shandy just for the speed. That's what we do. We want a Vondra. Oh, like, God dang it. Every time. For whatever reason, whenever I want to pick someone that's all the way over there, I always hit the wrong button. This is going to be Spurt. It's going to be Regis. We want Freely. No, we want Egbert in. God dang it. Every time. I don't know why my brain thinks that's the button when it isn't for anyone else. The Duke doesn't bring in any gold finally. And then we want. I swear. So we'll do Human. Okay. Yeah, this will be fine. Let's see. We got 3 E15 gold fine. Let's see how much we end up once we level everybody up. Bulk of this is coming off of Astarium, though. Well, now we're up to 18 with Jarlaxle. Oh, okay. Almost E22 with Avandra. That was a big pickup. Egbert shooting us up to, I saw an E24 there. Yeah, E24. Alright, that's going to be it. Should do this. In case he actually gets some kills. They're not maxed out yet, but they will be shortly. Alright. But you got to get 2 R's in this. 2 R's. Build up. Slow everybody down. Give Kroll time to build up those stacks. We're already nuking people from it. Well, they just got to get close together. Again, this one up here has got the big freighter. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Now, let's get Karlach Flamin' Hot. Flamin' Hot. Bury all the familiars. Or just build up rage stacks. Lots and lots of rage stacks. See that pilfer. See that pilfer in there. Where are we at? 3E26. Please don't die. Please don't die. Oh, it's gonna die. Dang it. It didn't go up because we'd already had like a 30 stack. I was hoping we could get that one to 40, but it died too quick. And now we're just trying to build up Karlach's rage. We want 100 stacks. Also, Astarion has a well-fed mechanic. We want to get that to 5 stacks as well. For damage, he needs something over here that shows his 5 well-fed stacks. Just like Karlach needs something that shows her rage stacks. $788. There yet? There we go. Okay. What about over here? 4 out of 5. All right. 30 seconds. We'll be doing our max. Oh, we're up into the. Oh no, our cure broke. Oh, dang it, folks. Are we gonna? Oh no. Are we gonna buds buggy? Did we just buds buggy or the new account? Oh my god. I was like 230, that's great, and then I saw the portrait. Okay. Dang it. Dang it. What are we getting to? 7E24 and still going up from Penelope. 2,800 stacks now. Is this my new account's first Buds Buggy? Yeah. This is my first official Buds Buggy. I've seen a 0 up here before on Orkira. I haven't had her flash down here. So I knew it was possible, but I just didn't think I had the gear for it. I mean, I know you can do it on a completely gearless account, but you can't really push with it. You can trigger it and make it show up, but you need power. Buds Buggy is the term we use for this weird bug based off Bud, where let's see if we can pop this guy. Let's start. Where basically it's based off debuffers, and we don't really know exactly what's going on behind the scenes, But what happens is you'll get your Akira for some reason, like, or your debuffers, but Akira is really the main, the one that does the most. She'll show a 0 goose egg up here. Sometimes you'll get some other debuffers at 0. And then suddenly you'll have someone that isn't your DPS. Again, usually your Akira. Throw up down here setting DPS. It requires you using fire breath potions in the sense that you want to be killing stuff based off your bud. And what you do is it raises like the amount of damage that it will trigger. Like we had 234 is based off the area you've completed. So the further you go with it, the higher it gets, and it scales high enough with enough gear, with enough power from gear and everything else. It scales enough to carry you all the way to 2001. So how far it's going to take you is based off the number of debuffs in your formation. It creates like if you think about it as like there's a little window where it will work. And the more debuffers and the more power you have, the wider it opens this window and the further you can push. So when you're gearless, it's this tiny little window. Unfortunately, the window is down below the normal damage you might be able to do. So it doesn't really mean anything. You can trigger it. But whereas the more power you give the debuffs, the higher it raises the potential damage, and it can go above far, far away above whatever an actual pushing formation can do. So we triggered it once. It hasn't re-triggered, which is, I think, is good, because God, I hate it. I mean, it is what it is, but I can never tell like if I'm building a good formation or not when it triggers. Yeah, suddenly your non-DPS start gaining 200 E200 damage and set the buff. I mean, or more. I've been in the E600s. I think on the new place, the E700s. Basically, I mean, I can go all the way to the wall. So whatever it takes to get you there, I'm done. Yeah. It just trivializes the game. I've been trying to get them to fix it for a long, long time, but they don't really understand what's going on. Like they can't reproduce it, and I don't know why, because I can't not reproduce it. So we're into the stack and push phase of this. I really want gear on BBG, because he would help this formation out a lot. 215. Need way higher bud. It's like party swapping to get higher, but I don't know what that is. It's basically it's the evolved click debuff. So if you ever knew what click debuff was, where you put a lot of debuffers in and then you just level up your click damage a ton to go further, it's that, except you're using fire breaths to ride the bud spike. But it's kind of the exact same thing. It's just you're doing what you weren't supposed to do back then, which is pop a fire breath potion. Something changed where suddenly it's something changed, and it just breaks in a horrible way. Yeah, it's basically the new click debuff, except you don't have to deal with all the lag. Right, the original click debuff was horrible for lag, and this one isn't. This one isn't. E223, which this should get by it with this. No, I don't. Gotta put the familiars back on the field. Alright, here's the dirty gold farming. E29s. So yeah, we should get to E30, which is more than enough for us to run the event real far with. You know, I don't know if we're gonna try tier 3 stuff this time around, but we've got the potential for it. We got a lot of potential for that. I mean, we're in the 820s. This is our max pushing group. Tier 3, the first tier 3 is 600, right? So I feel like we're more solidly in a place where we could at least do the first tier 3. VIP. Hold on, Ovan, in a second. And there you go, taxes paid. Oh, oops. Gotta remember to. This relies on me hot swapping at the right time, and I forgot. We're basically as far as I want to go. I would like to hit E30. I would like to hit E30. Play stacks. I've never even gotten remotely close to 100k. I don't even know if I've gotten close to 10k with Penelope ever. Potion of speed! Nice. Now it's getting the idea. Come on, more potions of speed, please. Medium potion of speed. That works. And another epic. It's 5 epics today. Who's this drop gear for? Esmeralda, Celeste, Ashara, the Dark. I want to open it. I do want to do. We'll do it after this. I'm gonna pop those contracts. Be well fed. No, not quite. She's probably at max rage though. No, not even there. I've never tried to run Penelope's numbers up. No. I don't know. Hasn't seemed important. I get lots of favors, so I've been fine. So I've never just pushed to see how much can I get. One of these days. You did for Tale of Two Champions. I haven't done that yet on this account. Don't know if I will. I guess I probably should to demonstrate it and probably get a bit VOD up of it. Maybe I could make a guide for that. Favor, just having a lot of favor those is fine. But Okay, this is our maximum damage output. E230 at the moment. And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to unlock. I'm on an over level. Didn't get that far. Okay. E230. Let's go. 30 gold farm. There's the E30. I know we just had to do it one more time and we'd get there. And we get there. I'm seeing occasionally flash an E25 gold find. I like that. All right. So contracts. Bounty contracts are a go. We're go for bounty contracts. Go, no go on bounty contracts. We're go for bounty contracts. Basically at our wall. Throw these out and let's do this in reverse order. Benchmark. Getting close to the point where I'm going to stop putting stuff on there. With 40, just want to get her to 50. 43. Nice. Nice. All right. No, do I have? No. There's one. Okay. It's going on Duke. It's going on Duke Ravengard for sure. All right, we ended up with 2 E30 favor. Now here's the thing, that includes the an 5E29 bonus from Freely, even though he's not in the party, because we earned it. You earn it by having him in the party, and then later on, even though he's on the bench, you still get the bonus. He's one of the only champions that works that way. Maybe the only champion that works that way. All right, we got a bunch of favor done. Bunch of favor. Now we can just race through these.